Good morning, everybody. Mio here with Souls and Stardust podcast. Hold on, get myself situated. Thought I was ready. So we have today's YouTube mini readings. Um, I'm gonna try to do these around the 7th of every month, just so there's some sort of consistency. Because what I run into is that it's challenging to try to follow the moon cycles with my recording schedule. That's probably the best way to put that. Sorry, I have no idea what's going on here. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna aim for the first week of the month to do these readings, and that way, on the 5th of every month, if you're part of our newsletter, if you're a part of the collective or subscribe to our newsletter, on the 5th of every month, I'll send out signups, and that way it'll like remind everybody, hey, get your stuff um, get your stuff in. And then the video to watch these will always be the same. Sorry, everything's like in reverse on the camera. So it's like, um, it's weird. So I don't know why I said it like that. If it's a little better, but it's still super crooked. I don't know what the hell is happening here. What's going on? I need a haircut. That's what is happening. Leo New Moon was like, hey girl, remember you need a haircut. Can we read like this? Will this bother all ADHD of us? Or are you guys going to be watching that little flop? So, anyways, I can't do that. My ADHD is going to be like, no, girl. So, we're just going to throw this in a bun. I don't know what's going on. So, anyways, Moon is in Virgo right now. And let's talk about that. So, let me pull up. So, currently, we have the sun is in Leo still. We have Moon, Mercury, and Venus in Virgo. Okay, so sun in Leo. There we go. Sun in Leo, Moon, Mercury, and Venus are all in Virgo right now. We still have Mars and Jupiter in Gemini. We got Saturn in Pisces, Uranus in Taurus, Neptune in Pisces, which that is scheduled to go into. We're at 29 degrees Pisces right now. So once that dips back into Aries, that's going to change a lot of us, a lot of stuff that's going on. So let's talk about the moon in Virgo. The way that I like to look at astrology is kind of like, all right, this is our timekeeper, our clock, our weatherman, right? Like this tells us what could be or what's happening out in, outside. And then it's up to us to know and learn our own birth charts so that we can see how the moon aspects, planetary transitions, and all this stuff is going to affect you personally. So we're big on this ain't pop astrology. Yeah, I have fun with the memes and stuff like that, but you got to know your chart so that you know, like, when we go, okay, the moon is in Virgo. What's that? Oh, good morning, Molly. When the moon is in Virgo, what house does that hit for me? Is that my first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all the way to the 12th house? Because that Virgo energy is important so that you can learn. Um, so, like, let's see, for example, I read off Placidus off my chart, but whole sign houses, I would be a second house Virgo. Um, but I have because I read Placidus, like it covers my first and second house. So it's like all these Virgo tendencies of like, yes, Virgo energy is known for being like analytical and observer, judgmental or managerial kind of thing, but it's like so much deeper than that. And so right now, since we have Moon, Mercury, and Venus all in Virgo, all of those planets are going to take on in my Taurian nature, the flavor of Virgo, but still holding their base of what they're made of, right? Because well, the sun is ruled by Leo anyways. Leo rules the sun, and so that's in its home. It's home right there. Um, the moon is normally ruled by Cancer, and so it's normally a very watery, maternal. It's how we our emotions and our intuition and how we process and feel things. And so when it's in Virgo, Virgo is more of that earth analytical. So sometimes when I see moon in Virgo, whether it's a natal placement or it's a transition, I start intellectualizing my feelings. I start going, "Oh, I feel this way. What does this mean? And what do I do with it?" That's very moon and Virgo energy. Mercury in Virgo. So Virgo rules Mercury. Gemini and Virgo both rule Mercury. Uh, so it's at home there, and it's comfortable, and it's like it's it would be the equivalent of like finally being able to sit at home and go through your paperwork and file through all of the stuff that you sorry, let me put on do not disturb. Uh it would basically like help you get through all of the things that you finally need to address because like when it's heavy moon in Virgo or Virgo energy, I'm over here like cleaning house and trying to get like I start analyzing myself and my body because I have a lot of Virgo in the first house and second house. And so I start analyzing my business because the second house is my income, right? So I'm like, okay, what needs to change here and what needs to get reorganized here? So Molly, remind me what house you have Virgo in, if you remember. If not, I can look it up. Um, Venus in Virgo. This is going to be a time where love and gratitude is usually going to be like expressed through service. Okay. Um, it could be. So it's like Venus and Virgo energy is like, how can I tend to your needs? But in a very just matter of fact, like we ain't over here crying and trying to like get all this. It's more like, hey, how can I help you be practical? How can I help you like, you know, what do you need done? What do you need? Period, right? So it's not a super passionate Venus, like all the Venus and Leo stuff we just came out of was like holy hot fire. Like I felt freaking desired and wanted and like because it was hitting on my Leo rising and my Leo moon. So I was just right. Uh Venus and Virgo is like, all right, what are we gonna do today? We're gonna go pick up the backyard. We're gonna go, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So all right, that's our current chart. So where's the moon in your house? So get organized. And actually, and I went out of order here, but sorry, did not mean to go out of order. I clicked the wrong thing. But real quick, so if you are catching the rewatch, just wanted to invite you to join the collective. Excuse me. This is our Souls and Stardust membership area on our site. Um, It is currently the promotional price, $18 a month, or you can do 99 for 6 months, and that will give you all access to our online courses, our meditations, downloads, any kind of checklist. There's members only readings playlist in there. So once you're in there, you can sign up for that. Oh, everybody has Virgo in their chart. So even if you don't have a planet in there, you'll still have Virgo in your chart. Do I have your chart? I do not have it saved anymore. Um, so for example, like, oop, so see how some of the houses and charts, like, I don't have any planets in Virgo there. But what you would do is say, okay, if Virgo is my ruler of my second house, where's Mercury? Because Virgo rules Mercury. So I'm seeing that the ruler of the second house is actually in my 10th house, right? Or whatever. So you basically, even if there's no ruler, find or there's no planets in that house. So if the planets are in that house, it's gonna make a big difference because, um, you are going to have the feelings and the flavors of those mixed in with that energy. But if you have an empty house, it's real simple. You go, okay, Mercury and Virgo, Virgo rules Mercury. Where does Mercury fall in my chart? And that's where it becomes important. So for me, if I'm a second house Virgo, which I am, I go, how am I going to make my money? Because second house is my income and my physical nature to what's going to help me survive here on this planet. I go to my 10th house, which is my career house, which is Taurus, and Mercury in the 10th is like, 10th house is my ambition, my career. Mercury is about like how I mentally process and talk about things. And like, so me talking is very important to me making my money, is what I learned of how I'm set up because I'm like, oh, I have these placements and they're here to help me be in alignment with like how I function best. Oh, let me look up I might have you on CoStar. So I like Astro Future if you're on an iPhone. I was just saying how analytical I was being over my body and stuff. Like I was sitting in the tub last night and I was like, I need to do XYZ. And then I'm like, oh, moons and Virgo. No wonder why I'm feeling so like critical of myself. My co-star for today is your body was built to be loved. So, okay, let me add you. Molly. Oh, I think I might have a different co-star for you, but you are you Aquarius rising? Is that you? Gemini, Sun, Sag, Moon, Aquarius rising? If not, I had you at a different co-star name. Oh, that is you. Okay. All right, cool. Just making sure. So when you're looking at co-star, go to the chart and then hit circle. So then for you, you are going to look around. Oh my god, I cannot look at these charts. These ones are so challenging for me to read because they look like this. I don't like that one. Um, versus like when you're looking at Astro Future app, you can actually see the planets, see the colors, see the modalities, and it breaks it down on here where you're like how much of your elements, your dualities of masculine, feminine energy. Like there's so much more that you can see visually on this app. So I highly recommend this one instead of CoStar. I like CoStar's stuff, but when I'm looking at a chart, I need to look at it like this because then when I'm looking to see, oh, well, what's today's transits on my chart, I can see my chart in the middle and then the current transits around, like where everything is that outer ring. So yeah, otherwise you look like you are like Virgo in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it 7th or 8th house Virgo? See, I can't even really see the house. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think you're 7th and 8th house Virgo, if I'm looking at it correctly. So then you're gonna wanna go, all right. Oh, okay. Let me look there. Ah, there we go. So much better. So much better. Okay, so now what we're gonna look at here, if you go up to your 7th and 8th house, oh my god, now it's like all bright. So you're gonna see the moon in Virgo sitting over your 8th house, and then that Mercury Venus conjunction hanging out in the 7th house right there, since you're looking at Placidus. Um, so even though you don't have natal planets there, what you're gonna wanna do is go, "Okay, rule 7th house is relationships and one-on-one relationships." Like, these are my, um hold on, let me I don't know who the hell that was, I just banned them, though. Banned! Get the hell out. I don't play with that. They're distracting me. Um, all these freaking people just jump in and start commenting, and you're like, "Who the hell are you?" Like, we're in the middle of a conversation, people. So, 7th house is our one-on-one relationships. That's gonna be, like, the whether romantic relationships, best friends, like, this is your one-to-one ride or die people. It's also the people who challenge us and help us to grow, even if they are not our friend. These are people who could be, um, combat, competition. What is happening? I think there's, like, a bot or something that's, like sorry. I just had to, like I don't know, it was being funky. Um, 8th house is gonna be, like oh, I know what I was gonna look where your Mercury is, your natal Mercury, because that's what's gonna be the ruler of the 7th and 8th that you have. So then your Mercury's in your 5th house. So let's just say we're talking 7th house stuff of where we're gonna find your best friends and relationships, okay? So you're gonna look at I'm gonna 5th house topics, like, "Oh, I'm gonna find my 7th house people in my 5th house because the ruler of my 7th house is in my 5th." And so what that means is, like, all my relationships or one-on-one are gonna be through creative expression. That's what 5th house topics are, creative expression, whether it's, like, romance, fun, putting stuff out, collaborating, anything that's gonna be, like, what we do for getting out that energy, right? And so your best friends or your relationships and loved ones are gonna be, like, your fun, your 5th house, your creative house. So, that's how we look at it. So even if you don't have planets there, you look to see where the ruler of that sign is. Okay. So alright, so that was Moon in Virgo. So oh, what I was gonna say then for you, just look and see, the moon is hanging out in that 8th house right now for you. So 8th house stuff is, like, pretty deep, pretty, like yeah, there you go. Alright, cool. Alright, so back to here. Join the collective. So 18 bucks a month, you can jump in. You'll get one of these free YouTube mini readings each month. You'll just get automatically added, and then I'll send out the link will always be the same, but I'll send out the reminder that yeah. All right, cool. All right, so let me move you up. Cool. I'm gonna delete or just I'm gonna have to ignore the comments for a little bit because I don't know if that's like what the hell is happening. I don't think that's a person or but I don't know, but it's really annoying. I don't know if you're seeing it on your end or not. Every now and again when we do lives, we get like weird shit that happens, but there's like no way to maybe there's a way to filter it or to set the option so nobody can comment unless they're actual, like, subscribers. Alright. So we invite in your higher self, messages from your higher self, ancestors, loved ones, whatever advice you need right now, whatever clarity you need, those ones want to come out. So you got I am strong. I am part of the cosmic whole. Are you starting a new workout routine? This moon and Virgo stuff might be like, let's go start working and focusing on our health. You only have one body. I got yelled at the other day for that. You only have one body. This is your body. You got to take care of it. And I was like, you're right. You're right. Because how can I work if I go over here and I work, 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 work? How can I focus on that if my body's not okay? I am shifting my perspective. And I am learning to trust others. Bottom of the deck, I'm healing from the past. And I don't know if there's somebody in your life that is coming in and bugging you or coming in and they won't go away, if that's the kind of energy that you're dealing with. So it's like that's what's coming through for me. Um, are you really? Yeah, that's interesting. So it's like, what is it going to take to get this person in your life to finally like go away or be, distracted enough to go and find somebody else to go bother, right? What's happening there? Like, is that, oh, maybe you kept entry. Either way, that's the energy that's coming through. Talk less, feel more. So what's interesting is I was saying how this moon in Virgo definitely makes us like make logic of our feelings and emotions. Oh, sorry. Well, this came out talk less, feel more. So this is about the logical conversation of what are we doing or did I miss you or this or that. Like this is less about the feelings of it. And it's just like just feel it. Like I don't know what kind of feelings you're experiencing. Yeah, because especially on a fresh breakup too, and I don't know how fresh, but, like, to me, less than a year, especially if it was, like, a significant relationship. If it's something like, "Alright, we just," dude. So, if it's that, yeah, you gotta work on decentering because once you start, like, the spiral, right, or you're like, "Oh, I'm thinking about this person." They're fresh on your consciousness. They're like, um, just, "What am I supposed to do with this?" And so what this card is coming through is saying, okay, you don't necessarily need to talk your emotions out with this person. They may not even like be aware that they're, you know, like being in like that they're taking up so much real estate in your thoughts. And it's like, what the fuck is happening? It's beyond annoying. Well, if your thoughts are being annoyed by these fucking comment bots, I could see why his energy or yours, like, not feeling completion or, like, not feeling like, "What's the point? What's the purpose here? What are we doing here? What are you trying to accomplish? What are you trying to say? What do you need from me?" Like, sometimes you do have to just, like, you know, draw that line in the sand, and you don't have to be mean about it, but you could be firm. Or, like, if you know, "Okay, I'm not getting up and moving across the world to be with you, so, like, what do we dial our conversations down to? Or are we ever gonna see each other again? Or is this it?" Like, I don't like ongoing stuff, right? I kinda like clearly defined boundaries and parameters when it comes to relationships of all types like that. Like, if you're not into me, tell me, right? Yeah, so no more info. Detoxify. Have you detoxed your life from him or from anybody that is still taking up that space? Step up and lead. Bottom of the deck. That's funny. Think it through. All right. What else? Let's see what we get. Mental diet. All paths lead home. So this is the interesting. A lot of the themes of the cards that are coming out for you are about like thinking and processing within. Because you got like all the ones that we just pulled, and then this one says inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. Honestly, I hope so. I kept banning and deleting, and it was like they kept coming with a new account. So that's why I was like, what the hell is happening? And who's got time for that? Who has time for that? Yeah. So trusting your own intuition and all of that. So let's see. Oh, I did pull this. This was like the card of the day for us. Oh, and we had Ace of Swords in reverse. And I wanted to read this before I got started, and then I got distracted. Go figure. And then now the landscapers are here, singing you the song of their lawnmowers. Okay. Ace of Swords normally upright. Okay. This is a two-edged sword, and it says it can cut both ways. It's of enormous power, force, and strength because it's inevitable power for change for the better. All thoughts and actions have a positive or negative consequence. And so it's interesting that we're talking about like decentering your thoughts because the Ace of Swords card is about that in specifically, right? So what it's saying is like all your thoughts will either be positive or negative. Um, and then hold on, that's like the symbolic of it. So either victory or conflict or peace can be attained by the sword. This suit is associated with the element of air and is symbolic of intellect, reason, and strategic thinking. So it also can denote conflict or difficulty, such as confused or conflicted mind. Ace of Swords is a card of perseverance in the face of hardship and frequently signifies that something good will emerge from a bad situation. So what appears to be hopeless can turn out to be quite promising. Um, and then the reverse, though, is like a phase or a cycle of tension. So it came out reversed. So it's like, all right, this is just the point and the purpose of us mental gymnastics and processing on that. So let's see if we get any relationship energy. Extra effort is needed to give this relationship a chance. We've already decided that's done, so that's true. Oh, hard pass. This one's not for you. And not a vibrational match. Let them show themselves out. So you are very right to end it. Bottom of the deck, some connections aren't meant to be forever. So it's done. It's done. We know that. So now when it comes to decentraling or the thoughts, it's like if you catch yourself like, okay, what am I doing? All right, what else can I think about? Or maybe I can just express gratitude instead. Like, you know what? Thank you for that. If it's a memory that pops in, thank you for that. It's words, or if it's this, if it's good or it's bad. Like, you know what? Thank you for helping me grow and change into a better person. Thank you for this opportunity, because people are just outside manifestations of ourselves, right? Or we're seeing ourselves in other people. And so that person definitely like bounced and, showed you who you are. Yeah. So this is like left out in the cold, being outside, right? All right. So that was for Molly. Hopefully that helps. And we'll get you another one next month since you are a member of the collective, which thank you for your membership. All right. We have next BB, which let me. All right. Turn that off. And thank you for your patience with that stupid bot. That was insane. It was like as soon as I started doing your reading, that person or like bot or whatever, because it was like taking stuff and like just, but it was like your energy. That was so weird. All right, BB. Let me send you the link. All right. That I did backwards. There's a sign. Everything's a sign. The way everything that comes through is just like showing me how the energy around that person works. Right. So if there was like chaos and even the way that person was coming through in the comments is like, that could be how annoying the thoughts are for you. Okay, BB, this is for you. I am light. I am trusting my intuition. I am never alone. And bottom of the deck, I am loving myself. Ooh. Whoops. Those ones got left out. Those are Molly's, but that's okay. All right. I am light. I'm trusting my intuition. I am never alone. Ooh, Starkeeper. Seed the light. So we got I am light, and you got seed the light by staying grounded. So I am light came out with seed the light by staying grounded. So it's trying to tell you like you are pure light, but you have to get grounded in order for you to like, it's like being that lamp pole, right? Oh, okay. Sorry, we got a last minute add on here. Sorry, it's harder when it's just me and not Shannon, because then she can be reading and I can be answering and doing all like the moderation stuff. You also got fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites and extremes of life. What's interesting is as soon as I started reading you, um, it got noisier outside. Like the level of landscaping maniacs, like, let's get louder, rah, like that shit. So to me, that's the energy. Things are getting louder, things are distracting. I'm gonna go shut that door though. Um, let me send, hold on, because that's gonna bother me. So, BB, where's the noise coming in for you? Where are the distractions and what is annoying you to all hell right now? So, fall into my arms, surrender. Surrender. Oh, okay. So this one came out by itself. This one is the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. That one actually came out with I am never alone, which considering you have a lot of actual children, that makes sense too. These came out together. Inner earth, you'll survive this, new solutions and beginnings. Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will. Where are you micromanaging the universe? Where are you micromanaging the universe, BB? All right. Hello, welcome in. So these will be for the week for BB. What's the energy? Ooh, 5 of Wands. So 5 of Wands just came out. And look at them arguing, fighting, conflict. So where it's interesting because when I started your reading, that's when everything got louder and more aggressive with the landscaping outside. And then you got the 5 of Wands energy coming up. And so it's like, all right, where's this conflict coming from? There you are. Good morning. Where am I micromanaging? Yes, this is true. Ooh, we got 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So this could be like maybe something falling apart with a work or collaboration or a team effort, since normally the 3 of Pentacles is us working together towards something, right? Pentacles are money and our income and stuff like that. So this could be like either delay. It doesn't have to. Okay. It could be a literal disagreement, fight, argument within workspace or a normal team collaboration not coming together because there's some sort of disagreement, right? So that's what that could be. It could also be an internal disagreement, like, if this is all heavy mental stuff for you, because we have all this heavy Virgo stuff going on right now, Moon and Virgo and all this, so this could be internally, where am I not feeling coming together, or internal conflict, right? Or it could be with actual people. Tower in reverse. So, Tower in reverse is going to be averting disaster, delaying inevitable. I'm going to say that again. Delaying the inevitable. So maybe that has to do with articulating, communicating clearly. Because if I can't even spit the words out and they're just kind of like, blah, maybe that is what the conflict is about too. Maybe there's misunderstanding with words, clarity, intention, or anything like that. But delaying the inevitable is like, okay, well, we need to talk about this eventually. Like, this needs to get brought up, or I need to, if this is internal, I need to face this and talk about it with myself. If this is with someone else, this is like, okay, we can't just, an Aries energy is not trying to wait. I've never seen an Aries that is trying to wait to talk about anything. They're like, no, let's talk about it now. Bottom of the deck, got the 8 of Cups. So she's moving on, moving forward. Yeah, word vomit. Yep. I do that too, where I just get like a consciousness, like a stream of thoughts. And then sometimes I look at people and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just processing out loud. And they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, just carry on. um, but bottom of the deck. So 8 of Cups is going to be like abandonment, walking away, or letting go, or searching for truth, right? What do I want? What am I doing? Who am I working with? Is this what I want? Is this working out? Is it coming together the way that it should be if it were in alignment? Like, that's the kind of stuff. Yeah. I expect the people who know me best just to know me without words sometimes. And I would say those closest to me are really phenomenal at, especially those who are very highly intuitive. Like, they already just kind of know, but they know that I need to say it out loud, like, to acknowledge it or process, right? Embrace the flow of life. That's full moon and Gemini energy. And there's 2 people on there. 2 women. So if this is like friend, business partner, somebody that you're like doing something with, this could make sense. Like, I don't know, just thinking of like the first set of tarot cards that came out. That was Shannon's present to me one year for my birthday. Let go of control and embrace the flow. Girl, it's like you're on a river, like raging rivers, where you're like, just get in the freaking boat, put on your life vest, just freaking hold on to the side of the boat and just scream if you have to, but just embrace the flow of that bad boy and let it take you. Which sounds very stressful to me personally, because I would just like close my eyes and like, but maybe part of living is facing that flow. And whoever said, like, well, for me, the life vet, who knows? The life vest is full of fucks. Honor your feelings. First quarter moon Pisces. Honor your feelings. Your life vest is made of like popcorn. Practice gratitude. Bottom of the deck. Know your worth. these? Let's see. These want to come out for you. It did get quiet though. It got a lot quieter. And not just because I shut the door, like they actually like stopped. So maybe you will get some peace soon. Some peace and quiet. We got think logically. Yeah. And let me look at your chart too. Because I don't think you were on in the very beginning, but I was saying we have moon. The moon is in Virgo right now, and then we have Mercury and Venus conjunct in Virgo. So this could be reevaluating your body, your sense of self, but also like your income and stuff like that. Because I think that's around your first and second house, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So a lot of like, oh, that one like was not, it said not yet. Something says not yet, but that I was not focusing. Oh, long camping weekend, no cell, peace and quiet, dude. Very jealous of that. Very, very jealous of that. So that makes sense for a Virgo moon to be like getting ready and prepping and like preparing for all of this is very, very Virgo energy. You're like, okay, do we have our checklist? Do we have this? Right? Time to go. Hell yeah, it's time to go camping. Okay, I'm gonna pull this. Is there gonna be a lake there or water nearby? And hopefully you can get your feet nice and dirty and grounded and touch. If there's water, you can hang out in. Oh, okay. Macrocosm. Hold on. On the river. I wish we had like actually, I mean, we have the Colorado River, but it's still 100 and something degrees right now. That'll be beautiful. Okay. I always have to look this up because I get micro and macrocosm confused. And I did it even when I was looking it up. Oh, you know what this makes me think of too? So this is the whole of a complex structure, especially the world or the universe. So this is like the big picture of things, right? It also is making me think of like your big picture of your community and stuff that you're building. Communicate. So you got a lot of themes this week of communication. And all connected with the tree. Where all the families going, like all the kids and stuff. Bottom of the deck is forgive. All right. That is for Bobby. Sorry. Bobby. Sorry. I mean to give away your identity. Well, hopefully it's a great trip and it's not that 3 of Pentacles that was in reverse. Hopefully that wasn't an indication of that. But yeah, have fun and enjoy. All right. Next we have TW. T-dub. All right, TW. And sorry for all of you who did catch the rewatch and watched me do 5 minutes on my hair because it was bugging me today. You know, there are times when the messy bun comes together perfectly and you're like, first swoop. And then there are times where it's like, no, 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 we don't want this. And yeah, so that was me struggling at the beginning of this. All right, TW. I am starting fresh. I am savoring each moment. I am exactly where I am meant to be. Bottom of the deck, I am breathing in new life. So, what's interesting is I often see the I am starting fresh with the breathing in new life come together or come out together in a lot of readings. And this reminds me of being born and not in a Christian born again kind of way, like just in general, birth. Even in astrology, the moment that you take your first breath that's your rising and your ascendant, right? That's the moment the second that you're like declared alive and breathing and well and brought into this world, that is our rising sign. That's our time we're born. So I am starting fresh. I am breathing a new life. Breath work is huge when dealing with stress, anxiety, not feeling grounded, not feeling, like if you're 2 in your mind and I think you're a Gemini, as well, it's like not properly breathing, you'll find yourself, like, shortness of breath, and you're just, like, panting almost without even realizing it, and your heart is just like, "Okay." When you're under stress, anxiety, and those cortisol levels are high, and you're like you're going on all cylinders. It's like, stop, and breathe, and just breathe. That's it. Don't think, don't try to problem solve, just fucking breathe. That's it. Like, okay, okay, that's it. All right, that's just one breath. Now do it again, and then again. And every time you truly exhale, come back and reel your energy back into your body, right? Okay, I'm okay. I am safe. My children are safe. Everything is fine in this moment right now. And even if it's not, everything is working itself out. And my stomach just growled really loud. So maybe you're hungry for life. Oh, let's see. And I just got a notification. So the notification I just got on my phone says fast and erratic thinking may lead to speaking without forming the right words, which is literally what just happened in BB's reading. We were talking about speaking so fast that like people don't know what you're saying or catching on, or they don't get the full like what you're doing. This may lead to conflicts and arguments. So maybe that's, similar message for you as well, is like that's fast and erratic thinking. I was just literally telling you, breathe, come back into your body and just be in this moment. Like when I do my cold plunge, I fucking hate the cold. Like I am not a cold person. I live in Las Vegas. I live in warm places on purpose. I don't do snow. I don't do cold. Anything under 75 is chilly to me. Um, so when I get into 40-degree cold, my body goes into fight or flight and my mind is like, you need to get out of here because fight or flight is kicking in. This is uncomfortable. What are you doing? It's cold. It hurts. It fucking sucks. What are you doing?" But if all I can do is breathe and not let my brain take over that part, I'm not gonna run. I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna, like, freeze, and except for physically, you're slowly freezing in the cold, but you know what I mean? Like, fight, flight, freeze, fawn, whatever that is. Literally, I get in the tank and I just go, and then I do big exhale and drop into the tank, and I just if I stop to think about anything, getting into this, like, coldness up to here, I hesitate and it's harder and it's like, "Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god, this sucks. This sucks." The longer you tell yourself this sucks, the harder it is. So, oh, sorry, I need to put that on do not disturb. And squirrel. So cut off your distractions, T-dub. Um, so yeah, dropping into the cold, all you can do is focus on your breathing. So I want you to practice that today. I want you to just get into breathing today and just when you're driving, if you have to turn off the music, if you have to sit in silence, just learning to control your mind and body through breath will be your goal. Okay. So if you're in the shower and let's just say your hot shower, turn that bitch all the way cold when you're finishing. And when you turn it all the way cold and when your body goes, breathe, 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 and just and if you have to vocally let it out too, vocally let the discomfort out, whatever, get it out. But just focus on one task at a time, and that is existing and functioning and just breathing. Okay. So today's lesson was about breathing. Hi, you're here. You made it. Sorry, I didn't know that. I can never see who's actually like watching. Turn off the squirrel. So, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So, this is remembering. Remember why you're here. Remember what you're capable of. Remember, my stomach is severely growling right now. So, girl, take that hunger for life, take that hunger for success. And remember that you've done this before and tap into all the versions of yourself that are existing somewhere else, whether it's as TW or as another expression of your soul somewhere else, and just go, okay, what do I need to do to draw in and pull so that I can be successful and in alignment with the vision that I have in my head? Because you're like me, we try all kinds of things. We're like, hey, let's try, especially, we're very experimental in our businesses. We're like, let's see if it works. Let's try this. Let's go for it. There's a lot of people who won't even do that. So surrender to the sweetness. So it's interesting as this one was I am savoring each moment. And then this one with it is surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, and make love to life. The big thing that I'm learning is, and it's actually like I learned it from like a sex coach or something, like one of those pages. Even though more protein, more hardiness. Even though she was talking about sexual energy, she was applying it to business. And she was like, if you're not turned on by your business, how is anyone else ever going to be turned on to your business? If you aren't attracted to your own business, if you aren't attracted to money, if you aren't attracted to and turned on by the ideas of these things, like how are other clients going to be attracted to that too? And given that you and I both are in boudoir photography. This actually, I just accidentally saw this pop through. This random card. Where'd it go? So let's see what that one is. So this one was, I am exactly where I'm meant to be. You'll survive this. new solutions and beginnings. Bottom of the deck. Here's what's very, very, very interesting. The courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. So, part of that thing of us being business owners, we have to let ourselves be seen, right? And the fact that we are multifaceted, like moms, but also like business owner, friend, whatever role that we put ourselves in, like, but we're multifaceted because we have these passions and these like things that we fall in love with, or the fact that we are highly ADHD and we have all these creative ideas, we can let ourselves be seen in our business that way too. Of like, hey, here's my creative ADHD promo of the month that I came up with, and or for the year or whatever, like, and let people know, like, oh, this set design was because she was on a creative bender of like, ooh, and I could do this and I could do this. And so we're like trying all of your ideas. And that could literally be, hey, now I have 12 ideas and now we're releasing a yearly calendar with some hot, the hot moms of Martinez or whatever, and that becomes your give back to the community at the end of the year, right? You sell calendars and whatever. I'm just literally just making shit up. So, yep, I'll survive this. And start using the word thrive. I will thrive through this. My goal, I want my kids to see me thriving. I don't want my kids just to see me like survival mode. I watched my mom survival mode way too much when I was little. And like, it kills me that my kids have even seen me like struggle or go through like what I've been through, right? But on the other hand, if they get to see us thrive and go, damn, look at everything my mom went through, and she's fucking killing it in life right now. She is happy. She is thriving. She is living. Like, those are my goals. And yes, sometimes I have these monetary financial goals because obviously we need to, uh, we have to survive and all that. But for me, if I focus on the feeling of the goals and the feeling of the manifestation, like, I'm trying to provide myself a life that we never worry or wonder like where it's going to come from. Like, nothing like that. Like, I want my kids to not grow up the way that I grew up. I want my kids to be like, Mom, can I have this? Sure. So, hey, ES, readings are closed right now. We close them off a half an hour before the readings begin. Signups are open almost all month, so you can sign up for the September one in the link in the bio, and then I'll get you on the list for the September one. Yeah. All right. So let's see what TW's energy of the week. Ooh, this came out in the last person's reading too, 3 of Pentacles. So teamwork, collaboration, working together on something. And look at the fact that you are boudoir photographer and she is a figure model. So who else can we bring into this business plan or this idea? Because Pentacles is our money, Pentacles is our income, our material wealth. Look at, she's got someone drawing it, someone talking or teaching. So maybe this is a sign of like, hey, maybe you do need to host a workshop in your studio where you're like, all right, we have this beautiful, full figured, real body. Let's do a photo shoot. Let's talk this beautiful woman into feeling comfortable and beautiful. And let's see what kind of photographs, paintings, drawings, whatever you want to do. If you want to do old school, like, hey, come in, you can do pictures or, whatever. What if you were to do something like that? Or just working together with people in general. Because anybody could take a good picture of somebody with like the perfect body, right? But you get real bodies out here. How are you going to make someone Oh, dude, done. Add it to the list. Add it to the top of the list then. So, this came out together. So, the 5 of Wands is gonna be about, like, conflict, right? And so this could also be internal conflict, doesn't have to necessarily mean, with other people, but creative wands are creativity and fire, okay? So this could be conflict, competition, or tension, or just feeling the pressure also could be like, I need this to work, right? Or people with conflicting ideas of what the workshop should be or something like that. This came out with it as well. So it was 5 of wands with the 6 of swords in reverse. And then hold on. So 6 of swords, where did it go? This is a stuck in the past card, but it's also returning to trouble or running away from problems or feeling trapped. Okay. So if this is your inner dialogue that's going to be sitting here and telling you of all the ways that this won't or can't work, this is like, okay, we're not trapping ourselves in that thought process anymore. We're only going to put forth our creative ideas as if, okay, I'm not even going to use the word fail because failure, it's like, how do we want to tie our words into things, right? So, how can we be intentional and say, okay, no matter how this works out, it will be a win. It will be a lesson. It will be help us be a step to like, what if this curvy woman workshop was just a one-time thing at your thing? But what if we took that shit on the road and we built up a following and we can go and teach this curvy workshop in every city, every major city that has a studio that will bring us in and hire and let us host this workshop there. Something like that. Bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. Bitch, look at that. Look at her. That's you, baby. Okay. So, Hierophant energy is Taurus energy, which is again more pentacles. Now, this is about like social groups, tradition, or conformity. This is also about education, like higher education, knowledge, and beliefs. So, I think it's like, get in there. Let's start teaching you know, these newer generations of photographers. Like I I kind of get stuck in my head sometimes thinking I'm still new, if that makes sense. And then it's not, so I go, what the fuck? I know what I'm doing. I'm not new. I'm not in my first 5 years of survival. Like I know what the hell I'm doing technically. Like I can walk into a pitch black room and shoot it. I know what to do. We take our knowledge and we can go and help and teach the new ones who are in their first 5 years and who do wanna learn, who've never posed a curvy woman before in their life, or they've never been posed. Here's the other thing, boudoir photographers that have never had boudoir shoots, or that have never felt sexy, or have never been into their sensuality and tapped into their sexual energy. You can't just take photos and you're not in touch with your own sexuality and sensuality, otherwise you see the disconnect. I can tell when I look at people's photos who's uncomfortable with their own body based off how they pose their clients. I can tell right off the bat. Oh, you don't know how to touch a woman. Like especially like when I shoot with men. I'm like, you don't know how to touch a woman because like you don't even know how to get this husband and wife to touch properly and to communicate properly to get the emotional connection. So take everything that you know that you're good at and that you've been through and that you have learned through working with women because we know as soon as someone gets butt naked in front of you, out comes all the things that they feel uncomfortable about. So you just take all of your experience and go, okay, how can I make this so it's like therapy for them? How can I make this so this is the intro to, yeah, and now you can take my online sex workshop. My online selfie posing workshop that we talked about. Like, I want to put together the art of the sensual selfie, right? This is how we can help women heal and feel good about themselves in a society that does not encourage us to feel great unless we're buying XYZ and filling this and lifting that, right? So take it and know that your vision and your purpose is here. And it's not just to take pictures, make money, and feed our kids. It's so much bigger than that. I hope that helps. All right. This one is going to be a quickie for XB. I missed XB on the last month reading. Ooh. All right, XB. You got I am starting fresh. I am never alone. Just true. I am light. And then look at this one came out too. I am starting fresh. Oh, let me send the link. Good. I am so glad. Hold on, let me just send this one out. Yeah, and the fact that like you even got the I am starting fresh. I don't think you caught the very beginning of your reading. So after this ends, I think you can go back and rewind it to go watch the beginning of yours. And then I'll timestamp everything and put it in the description box. So it'll be easier for you to go back to. Cheers. All right, XB. I am starting fresh. I'm never alone. I am light. I am starting fresh. Bottom of the deck. I am becoming the best version of myself daily, which you are. I am seeing all of that come to light. Yep. And then if you're just catching the rewatch too, if you join the collective, which isn't all the information in the description box, that's our membership where it's $18 a month is the promo price right now. And then you get one of these mini readings every month. You'll just get automatically added. And then there's monthly longer readings that will upload to the collective that are just for you guys, just for members of the collective. Sometimes those are like pick a piles, or sometimes they're just all general timeless evergreen readings. Those ones are just for you guys. Those are not on our public YouTube channel. And then there's downloads. There's 3 online courses in there. Digging into your own birth chart, how to create an oracle deck, which I think T-Dub, if you're still on here watching, I want to create a posing deck. Well, that's my goal for bringing into my photography business, is to make a bunch of pose decks. And then there's intro to the 4 clairs, and like how developing your first 4 clairs: claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairsentience. Some exercises on that. So all right, XB. The blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. So this came out with I am starting fresh, which is interesting. Why can I not pick this up? I am starting fresh with the blue flame. It's like go time. This is a new beginning for you. Jump in. Say yes to change, adventure. I think this comes perfectly at the beginning of the school year too. Because it's like, oh, new friends, new classes, new teachers, new fresh energy, yet you get to still fully be who you are. Okay, so then with the I am light card, you got interesting, light worker. Excuse me, that was disgusting. That was the coffee burp. I'm so sorry. And it was like right in the microphone too. How embarrassing. Light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. So again, You are light. Serve the world by being yourself. You cannot be anybody other than yourself, which we know that. And we know that there's literally nobody like you. And that is how you serve the world, by being your funny, authentic, genuine self. You never hide who you are. I've never seen you pretend to be somebody that you're not. And that's more of what the world needs. So again, you got I'm starting fresh. So you have a lot of themes of light coming through these cards. So you got seeing potential and bringing the unconscious to light. When you bring the unconscious things to light, what that's meaning is like, say you have a song you want to make. That is something that is unconscious. It's not fully birthed yet. It's not an actual physical song that exists where I can turn on the radio and hear it yet. This is saying, take that thought and idea and bring it to light. Birth it. Make people aware. You have the awareness of this song in your head. And now it's like, okay, I need to make this so that other people can hear the song in my head too. Bottom of the deck, soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Called. So this year or this time might be an incredible time for you, growth wise, career wise, life purpose wise, where it's like, all right, you're going to step more and more into your calling. You're going to feel like this is exactly where I'm supposed to be and exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And just enjoy it. Ride that wave. Let's see. Be proud of yourself. Because we are. Assess the situation, which you are stepping into new things that you've never done before. And so I think part of your role as leadership is like assessing the situation so that you can make corrections and fix things and whatever needs to get done. See the bigger picture. And bottom of the deck, reflect on your priorities. There you go. That one was for XB. This one, let me just. Okay, so this is for D. This one was the last add-on. I usually try not to like do last minute add-ons because our signups close 30 minutes beforehand just so that I can already have my list going. But on occasion, I'll post it in my stories like, hey, or if I have time, like, hey, I have time, to do extra readings today. You can Venmo or Zelle because my signups on the actual link, its parameters are, it won't allow you to sign up 30 until 30, like it'll cut off 30 minutes before the scheduled class time. And so you can always Venmo or Zelle if you know me personally, the $15 and I'll just add you on. But then you have to like send me a text message so I can actually see that you did that. Otherwise I won't know. All right, D. Just take a deep breath. It's a lot heavy on this chest right here of like, I feel like I am just on this paddleboard in the middle of the ocean and just floating and floating away. Like, oh shit, there ain't nothing I can do. Just lay here and just like let it take me where it's taken me. I am living poetry. When this card comes out, I always remind people that sometimes poetry is not pretty. And sometimes that poetry is written from the depths of hell and the depths of pain. But it's like the energy of like if things are always happy and always good for me, how much inspiration can you actually like be to somebody else or be for yourself? If you're like, I've never had anything go wrong in my life, there's very little relating you can do to those of us who are like, oh, well, I need help because I'm losing inspiration or I don't know what to do or I'm feeling stressed or I'm hitting these things that happen. It's like, well, when you've lived a poetic life, when you are living poetry, you are every verse, you are every rhyme, you are every beautiful flow, but you're also the pain or the suffering written inside each line that takes it through each verse. But then at the end, it's all wrapped up. And now we're taken through the journey of the poem. So if this is I am living poetry and this is your life, we're here. Is it like every stanza, every word, every line by line, we're here experiencing your living poetry. And sometimes it's going to be a real easy verse that's going to lead up, but then the next verse might be the one that comes and hits you in the fucking gut and it changes you and it changes the person reading it. So just remember that when you're going through these things in life. Poetry ain't always pretty, but it is when you finally get to the end and you see how it's all tied in. I am shifting my perspective. I am shifting my perspective. And I think we had talked about this the other day, I believe, when we were at sitting around the table, and how like whenever I personally am running into an issue or a thing, like I will in meditation or whatever, just visually try to take this thing and look at it from all sides and every single perspective. What are the perspectives of the other people involved? What's my perspective going in? How can I shift mine? Or, you seem to be a really understanding and bright person anyways. So this is probably something that just naturally happens for you. But there's a bigger perspective shift that's happening. I am loving myself. So keep focusing on that self-love. I am calm and collected. Because remember, if we go back to the visual of seeing you in the middle of the ocean on the paddleboard, just laying there, if you're screaming and stressed out, it literally does nothing to get you back to the shore faster. I mean, unless you're screaming for help, but like if you're just in the lake, in the river, whatever, you're just like, all right, I'm going to be calm because then I can assess my situation. I'm going to be calm and collected because then I can actually like put two thoughts together and like, okay, what needs to happen? And you got bottom of the deck. I am never alone. So just remember, you are fully supported. You have a support system. New, old, people that you didn't even know would be loving on you and supporting on you are there. To help. Yeah. Help make life a little bit easier for you. I feel I just got goosebumps and then I feel like the presence of a man, like a masculine energy that just stepped up. And I have full body goosebumps right now. And this is a younger man, not young as in juvenile, but young as like not a grown up, not like a dad age, not like a grandpa. This feels like peer to peer. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you got I am never alone. And then just as that person stepped into my awareness, you literally got you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. And look at the photo. I'm saying, like, this person just stepped into my awareness. This is with you. This person is attached to your energy. But look at how it's like they're coming in from the other side to connect. So that's that person saying, dude, you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. And we know that too. Obviously, with kids, we're never alone. But on a spiritual level, like, you do have a lot of support on the other side as well. And I don't know if this is this person or if this is like what's happening in life, but it says, I'm sorry. Writing past wrongs and uprooting. So maybe part of what could be happening is uprooting your life from one thing to the next. And it might be this person or people on the spiritual level on the other side helping you get out of this situation and moving you into this other um like I see a planted like when you repot plants. That's what I'm seeing in my head. Like you're just being repotted from this plant to this plant so that you can thrive and grow in this other environment better because that other pot had like really like poison soil and it was like going to kill your and just drain everything from you. Um and then yeah, see all the roots. Damn, that was wild. Loosen your grip. So this one always reminds me of like the Alice in Wonderland when she's like going down. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. So whatever it is that you're holding on tight to, that's what's like, okay, you just gotta open it up, open your hand. Just like when we have our kids, we're like, open it, let me see what's in your hand, what's in your mouth. Let me see. Loosen, open, be full flow. Like, okay, all I can do is free, like if she's just falling, is she gonna fight it and like, ah, or do you just and just let it happen, right? Because this might be, if we're talking video games or anything like that, because I have a son, what if this situation in your life is almost like going down that little Mario pipe to take you to that other world, right? I know it's not the most like spiritual thing to say, but just thinking that what if that's what our life is like sometimes? What if it isn't all this like step 1, 2, 3, 4 linear ways of learning and getting places? What if the shitty, crazy things that happen in our life are us, if we're in a video game, jumping, going to the pipe and going, doo, 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 shh, and then we exit through the tunnel to this other side to go on this little side quest to go and get our coins, to go and get our lessons, to go and meet the other people that we need to meet. And then we come back out the other side and we're like, okay, let's continue. Could it be? Yeah. I definitely think it's interesting that you got the I'm never alone. And then all of these cards have two people on them, but it's almost like duplicates of themselves. So it's like, look at this one, look at this one, and then look at that one. They're all mirrored images of self, which is very interesting to me because all the cards aren't like that. Bottom of the deck, breath of the cosmos. My will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Look at her breathing. What I say, just close your eyes, let go. Let's see what else we got. of these. Oop, that flew out. Shine. And we just had this new moon in Leo a couple days ago. New moon in Leo. Okay, so here's a couple things about this card. Sunflowers, obviously they're tied into Leo energy because they're the sun. Leo rules the sun. They will turn to each other when there is no sun. So think about that. Think about all the sunshine in your life. And if there's no bright point right now, who do we turn to for the sunshine? Because that's what we're seeking out. We're seeking out the warmth and the connection. And new moon in Leo is also like, what is this next level for you? Like, if we go back to the video game analogy, like, say you went into the pipe. Sorry for the Mario. I don't know why this is coming through. Say you went into the pipe as little Mario on his last life, but then down there below, there was all kinds of mushrooms, and you can grow to the bigger version and get all these new lives or get a star or get all these things that you needed to so that you could survive or that you could like come out and emerge through this other side as we're not little anymore, we're big. And we are, when you take the star, you're like untouchable, right? New moon in Leo energy, like what we just had, like this is creating this crazy individual personality for you. Like you have to zoom out and look at the culmination of your entire life story and see how all of that is going to make sense for who you are right now and what you're going to do with that story and how you're going to use it for good and to use it to help people and to help others. So when they're going through shit, you can be like, you know what? I relate. And I'm not just saying I relate. I'm telling you because I've been through the depths of hell. I can truly relate to what you're going through. I don't have all the right answers. I don't have the right words to say to you, but I just want to let you know I'm here. I'm here for you and being present. And that is like priceless. You can't teach that to people. It's just who you are. So, oops. Sorry, that was too many. Too many. Too many moon cards. You got this again. Make time for self-love. And not just, let me take myself to the spa. Let me take myself to go get my nails done. Not that kind of self-love. Like, sit with yourself. Write yourself a love note. Write yourself a poem. Like, that makes me emotional thinking about it. The very first card you got was I'm living poetry. Write yourself a poem about yourself and your life and all the things that you've been through and come out of. And make it a love note. Make it a love poem about all the ways that you are worthy of not just love from another person, but that you're worthy of, like, it's nothing you're doing that causes these things in life to happen or unfold, right? So just remind yourself, self-love. Like I said, it's not just about self-love isn't just like, let me treat myself to lunch, but what are the conversations I can have with myself while I'm at lunch? Can I sit here with my journal and go, okay, I'm going to make a list today. And these are all the things that I appreciate about myself that are non-physical. These are the non-physical attributes that make up my soul that I'm very incredibly proud of. And even if nobody has ever complimented you on this thing, if you feel it about yourself, then it's valid and it's real and it deserves to be loved on and poured into. And then it says be humble. I say don't be humble if you're going to write this. I say brag. Brag about all the things. Yeah, and then bottom of the deck, full moon in Leo. We started with the new moon in Leo, and this went full moon in Leo. Go wild. So, I hope that helps. So again, I am Mio Backlini. This is the Souls and Stardust podcast. These are our mini YouTube readings that we do every month. If you are a part of our membership called The Collective, it's $18 a month. You get one of these readings for free. For 15, they're normally, or you can just buy them as is, $15 just to jump in on the minis. Part of the benefits of being a member of the collective, 18 a month, you also get discounts on full readings with Shannon and myself. So you'll get like I think it's like $25 off, 15 or $25 off each of our full sessions. I have to double check. Sorry, there's a lot happening in my brain. A lot of numbers to remember, and I'm not a numbers person, I'm a colors person. So you'll get discounts on full readings. You'll get members only readings every month uploaded into the collective playlist that we have. You'll have access to our online courses, digging into your own birth chart, which you can buy a la carte. If you want to buy these courses, you can, or if you just want to become a member of the membership, like you can have at it. Digging into your own birth chart, creating your own oracle deck, the first four clairs, and developing your clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairaudience, and clairsentience, and like exercises and worksheets to help you recognize what these different clairs come into and what you're stronger at and what you can like naturally work on developing. Um, and then we have like meditations and like I'm constantly like adding stuff to there. So I'll do the next big dump of content probably within the next like 2 weeks. I'm trying to like beginning of the month will be these readings, middle of the month will be like updates to the collective, and then we will also have our Vegas retreat in November. So if you want to pencil in that date, sorry, November. November 15th, if you just block out shit. Hold on. 15th, 16th, 17th, I think is it. We had to move it. Sorry. But oh yeah, because I have like travel and stuff coming up. Ah. So yeah. Anyways, the collective. And then we want to see you for the retreat, even if you can't make it to stay with us, even if it's like partial activities. Like we always just appreciate getting to spend time with you guys in person because like these are amazing. YouTube's great. Virtual readings are amazing, but there's just something like hugging somebody and holding their hand and letting them sit across from you and connecting into each other's energy. And I cry with you. I bawl with you. I snot face ugly. We laugh together. Like I totally tapped into your energy when I'm doing a reading with you. It's not just me sitting here like very cold and sterile. Like I'm in you. That sounds so weird. Sorry. Anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna finally go feed myself so my stomach stops growling on camera. Um, just really grateful for you. I'm grateful that you guys were able to jump in and join. And hopefully that this is incredibly soothing and healing for you. And I love you. And I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week. Bye.